you just want to make sure that you're not doing things that might blow up in your face later, for sure. Sometimes the legal decision maker isn't actually the decision maker. You might have like somebody who's on title and they're the ones who technically can sign, but maybe, especially in family situations, for instance, like you talk about, you guys do a lot of deals with older people. Well, older people, their kids are sometimes sort of in charge because they're older and they don't want their parents to make bad decisions. We always like to involve the kids in the deal, even if the kid's not on title. If they're an older person, because the last thing I want is to get sued by some family for, elder abuse. So you got to make sure you know like who you really need to talk to.
100%. And even if I'm talking to the decision maker, like we just mentioned with the older people, it's like, have you spoken to your children and your other family members? Like, have you spoken to your husband? Like, everyone bring up, be transparent. We always think like, oh, we don't want to really saying anything to anybody else or whatever. But the more transparent you can be with that, they just put more trust in you. I mean, they pretty much might have that final say, which they do. They're the decision maker. If they really wanted to sign it off, they can tell everyone, go away. But with elderly especially, I always make sure that they've had a conversation with their children. You don't want those children coming after you and then the elderly abuse. We didn't look at once before. Obviously, we did nothing wrong. But someone had someone give us a call and ask us a few questions for possible elderly abuse. And rightfully so. You never know. Like, you're talking to someone on the phone. You don't know if they might have halfway dementia, they're just having a good day or whatever the case may be. But I always try and get a hold of family members or talk to them. And I tell them, hey, have your kids call me or whoever else call me. I want to talk to everyone and let them know exactly what's going on here with that. But yeah, a lot of people are just afraid to do that. I used to be a little bit afraid to do that too. Like, oh, it's going to ruin the whole thing. Or they don't want to do it either. But you just got to be transparent, lay it all out for everybody. And they're choosing you for a reason. And it's not always just about price. They want to trust you. So
yeah,
that's what
you've got to also make sure that when you're, talking to them, because ultimately it's either going to rear its head later or it's going to rear its head now. And you need to deal with it ASAP. So you really need to, like, we just ask, like, is there anybody else that you need to talk to about this or that we should be talking to before, you sign a contract with us? Because, we're going to send you the agreement right now. Is there anybody else that we need to talk to? And really, when there's parents involved, we say, hey, let me talk to your son or your daughter or whatever. Because many times it's like, it almost seems like the son or the daughter's, checking in on them every day or whatever. And, you just want to make sure that you're not doing things that might blow up in your face later, for sure.